So what is going on, guys? It is the Retro Reviewer here, coming back to you with another video, and I'm tired. Been ages up editing videos and all that, and I thought, what about a game that makes me go fast? And what better series than the Sonic the Hedgehog series, known in the 90s for almost overtaking Nintendo, with the sales 55% to 45%. Everything was on Sega's side until they made Sonic Adventure. But hey, we're not talking about that. Today we'll be talking about the good Sonic games. Well, the 4 of them. Not all today, though. I'm going to have for the next month in the reviews, I'll be covering Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Knuckles will be one video, and Sonic Mania. And I think they could all make a good Sonic series. Shout out to the Darkening Gamer for giving me this idea. But let's start at the beginning. If you didn't already know, let me just fill you in. Mario on Nintendo just saved the game Crash of '82 with E.T., an absolutely terrible game coming out on the Atari 2600. And Mario was the long time reign for a long time. Yeah. Until the Super Nintendo came out, and that was doing well. But Sega, after creating the Master System and no one finding it, made the Genesis / Mega Drive, where we are here in Australia, or in Europe. The Mega Drive was a bit like a bigger Master System, and it could run better games at a better frame rate, and so it could run games super fast. And here was Mario's first taste of competition. He was starting to get beaten. Sonic was taking 55% of the market with this one game. And everyone thought, how good could this game be? It's got quite a cult following nowadays with heaps of story, bonus levels and all that, and it's not very good nowadays. But people still worship the old games like gods. Apparently they're perfect and nothing can beat them. And Sonic 1 is one of them. But looking back, Sonic 1 isn't good. Whoa! Put the pitchforks down. Let's talk about this. Sonic 2 is considered one of the best games, if not the best game of the 90s era. I disagree because Super Mario was, but that's just people's opinion. Sonic 2 had all the Tails. Tails was introduced, new levels, new soundtrack, everything was new, and it came up this one Sonic game. But it did a lot with the source material it had, because Sonic 1 isn't good. And here are my reasons why. Well, I'm not going to incorporate story into this because not many games from the time period had a story. Oh no. Sorry, it's the truth in my throat, but anyways, Sonic 1 didn't have a story, but that's okay. We can look past that, right? And let's get to the gameplay. And wow, it excels in the gameplay, but in some aspects. The exhilaration of the speed and energy going through the loops is amazing. Definitely a huge part of what made Sonic Mania one of the best games that I've ever played. The soundtrack is amazing. We'll go into more depth with that later, but just to bring it up, the soundtrack blends well with the gameplay, such as something like Starlight Zone. The soundtrack's amazing with all these vibrant lights. It just feels like you are in a city. But there's one problem with Sonic 1 that I don't feel like any of the other Sonic games, the classic Sonic games, have. It's difficulty. See, Sonic 1 and 2 didn't have a saving system, nor did Sonic and Knuckles on its own, but if you paired it with Sonic 3. The thing is about Sonic 2 not having a saving system was it wasn't an extremely long game, and it gave you quite a few continues. Sonic 1, however, you only start with a few lives. Getting 100 rings is quite difficult and near impossible in some of the later stages, and to top it all off, you only have one continue. In Sonic 2, I think they give you 3 continues, and plus, I didn't have as much trouble with Sonic 2 as I did Sonic 1. But the difficulty in Sonic 1 is what makes it a game that I really don't like. I want to sit down and play a game where I go fast. I want to be the Blue Blur himself. And I think Sonic 1 didn't do a very good job representing it. And you may say, well, this is the first time we've had a taste of Sonic. You'd be wrong. The original Sonic game was on the Master System. Sonic the Hedgehog on the Master System was completely different to this new Sonic on the Genesis / Mega Drive. New stages in that, and actually, after going to the Master System Sonic, I can definitely say that I enjoyed Sonic the Hedgehog on the Master System more than the Genesis. Oh jeez, I can already hear the fans lighting the torches and storming to my house. This is a terrible, terrible idea. One more problem with Sonic 1, here I will demonstrate. If I just pick up this controller that I'm currently using, and go to the start screen. Now a lot of people may digress to this, but I think that I know the Sonic 1 layout a little bit too well. And if you didn't already know, I can't see what's behind me. So I'm just sort of hoping that I'm doing something good. I mean, I've turned the sound off. Oh, well, I think I died. Did I die? Yeah, I died. I think there's a ring container up here. I just slowed down. I have controller vibrations on, so this is a lot easier for me when I know that I've been hit. This is a mod of Sonic 1 with controller vibrations. Because I'm playing this on a retro player. I think I'm getting a little bit further. Anyway, my point here is, it isn't hard to learn the level layouts. And I mean, maybe that's just because I've played this heaps and heaps and heaps. But some could digress. I do really, really like some of the later level layouts though. Starlight Zone is one of my favorite levels in video game history. But some of the levels like Green Hill Zone were a fresh start for Sonic 1. But I think they just keep overusing them a lot. And it sort of ruins the magic. So that's not really Sonic 1's fault. But now, we're going to move on to the greatest offender. The bosses. Sonic 1's bosses. And really, this isn't just the hardware's fault. I saw that the Sonic Master System bosses were actually pretty fun. Oh god. Here they come again. No! I'm sorry. I'm talking good about Sonic. I swear to... Oh, okay. I didn't love the Master System bosses. But I mean, they're a step up than that waffle wrecking ball machine in Green Hill Zone Act 3 or 2, whatever one it is. The bosses in Sonic 1 can be fit into 3 different categories. One of them is downright easy. One of them is way too hard. And the final category, which to me only one boss fits in, is in the middle. And that is the marble zone thing, the lava level. Not to be confused with Lava Reef, one of the best levels of all time in Sonic. But I gotta say, the bosses in Sonic 1 can either drain your lives out or just press a button for a few minutes. I mean, Sonic 2's final boss was on Edge, the Death Egg robot, but I'll go into that one a little bit later. Anyways, I think Sonic 1's bosses, combined with its lack of continues and lack of finding 100 rings, just gives it that push of, hang on a minute, how did people actually beat this back then? And I'm going to answer that question for you. They didn't. In many video game magazines, heaps of people were complaining about Sonic 1's difficulty, and there were tips and tricks there. Most of these tips and tricks are what we call nowadays cheat codes, level skips. Gives you the big level menu. And that was really the only way you could beat it back then. There wasn't any YouTube tutorial, and I mean, there was Game Genie, but that was a little bit of a Nintendo exclusive. Sonic 1's difficulty really pushes it into that obscurity zone. A lot of fans love it, but I think they haven't really fully played it yet. So, let's conclude. Overall, if I had to put this game into one category, it would definitely not be my least favorite Sonic game. if we were talking about all Sonic games, this would be up in the top 5. But if we're looking at such amazing games that are in the classic Sonic franchise series, to me, this one scrapes the bottom of the barrel. Maybe this could just be the first one. Maybe it was a test. But I think when the original thing that you're trying to make a game of is better, there's definitely a problem here. And yes, that happened with Sonic Forces as well. But Sonic 1 had really, really good music, if I had to give it one thing to be positive about. I didn't find any example where the music was mind-numbing. Anyways though, Sonic 1 has one redeeming factor, so it's better than Sonic 06. Overall, Sonic 1, if you beat it without using cheats, you're good. You just... Sonic 1 is a difficult game, if I had to give it one bold statement. But all of the bosses sort of lead up to that as well. It was a game from the 90s, it was supposed to be hard, right? Right? Oh god, don't make me review Mega Man. Okay, enough jibber jabber. No review Mega Man. But Sonic 1 is my least favorite of all the classic Sonic games. Out of 10, combining everything that we've just talked about, Sonic 1 gets a 6 out of 10. But trust me, Sonic 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to smash like, subscribe. Please don't come to my house and kill me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Why do I torture myself?
Hey, and would you look at that? I got through this entire thing without saying Labyrinth Zone was my favorite part of Sonic 1. Hold on. What's that noise? Wait a minute, what?